Good morning, everybody. It is 5:45 a.m. on Wednesday, December 26th, day after Christmas. I hope everybody had a nice day yesterday, no matter what you did, whether you spent it with family or by yourself or anything in between. I hope it was a good one. All right, well, let's get started this morning. First off, please do like, comment, and subscribe to be notified of future videos and future things that we're doing. And if you are in the chat, the live chat, say hello. Let me know you're there. And if you're in the Discord room as well, feel free to say hello. And if, of course, you're watching this on a replay, then unfortunately, this won't apply to you. I didn't get to see you live. Let's start off by taking a look at the S&P 500, which is officially, by the standard metrics that are used, in bear market territory now. The S&P has now sold off more than 20% from its highs, and that is conventionally the measure that is used to declare a bear market. So officially, anyway, we are now in a bear market. It's a little late coming for anybody who has lost a lot along the way down. Now you tell me, but it is now official, if that matters to you. However, take a look at this. Notice what happened the last time we were down at this level on the Navigator. We had 2 days of magenta in a row, and after which we had a pretty nice couple of 100-point rally. We are now around the same exact price level, and we have had 1 day of magenta. If we have a second one, I would be inclined to say watch out for a bounce. Additionally, we are in a buy zone here, a buy zone from way back here in about April or so of 2017. So we have not been down here at these levels in a long time. There's no question about it, though. I mean, if we get a bounce, that's all it's going to be. You can't think of it as anything more than a bounce in a downtrend. We are absolutely, no question, in a downtrend. We're below the trend line. We're below the 21 EMA. We're making lower lows, lower highs. Everything about this is down, down, down. So that being said, we did poke down through this buy zone and then just shoot right back up into it. And right now we're testing the top of that buy zone on a 60-minute basis. You can see here we had a whole bunch of magenta warning of exhaustion, and at that point we have rallied a bit. We have come above the box and above the 21 EMA, but then we're kind of playing with the 21 EMA right now on, is it going to hold as support or not? And right now it is not. It is just below the 21 EMA. So it is treacherous time to be thinking about getting in the bull camp. No question about it. The Bears are very, very firmly in control. So most likely you're going to want to be looking to join the short side unless it is or join the bear side, I should say, not necessarily short. If that's what you do, though, definitely look for a good setup to the short side. Ideally, I would love to see a bounce maybe up to near the trend line here, or maybe up to the 21 EMA, something like that on the daily. On the 60, we are actually at the 21 EMA and kind of holding as resistance at the moment. So this might even be a good potential entry to the short side on the 60-minute chart. But we're going to need to see what happens at the open this morning to see how that shakes out. I imagine a lot of people, obviously they had yesterday off, and Monday was a short day. So a lot of people are going to be pretty freaked out today, probably coming back from taking the day off for Christmas and seeing what has happened. So I expect this morning could be kind of volatile. We'll have to see what shapes up. But at the moment, anyway, I'm thinking the Santa rally probably not happening. I read somewhere that this is the worst, I think the worst December or something like that, like ever, or something like that. It was some crazy factoid about just how bad this was. So that's where we're at right now. We are definitely looking to the downside. That being said, we're kind of due for a bounce of some sort here. So keep your eyes open and be ready to play whichever direction presents itself. Taking a look at crude, crude oil has continued to slide on down, and it has slid right down into the buy zone here, and right now is holding there at that zone. Navigator is getting a little bit divergent. It is making higher lows while the price is making lower lows. So we might be shaping up for some kind of a bounce from here. or at least a consolidation phase, something along the lines of what it did here, of just kind of bounce around sideways for a little while before deciding what it wants to do. Is there a lot of room left to go down? Well, there's at least maybe this. If it breaks this buy zone here from back in about, what is that, June or so of 2017, then we've got the more major one is actually all the way back here in the early first quarter of 2016. So there is additional support for sure, right below where we are currently in crude. Is it going to get there, or is it going to bounce from here? I don't know, but those are the levels I would be watching for on a daily basis. On an intraday, on a 60, clearly lower lows, lower highs, no question about it. We're still below the 21 EMA. We're below both of these descending trend lines. Navigator is at the moment trending up in the shorter term because we did have all that exhaustion, but we've already kind of burned that off. So at this point, the trend is down. We are slightly divergent. I mean, slightly on the Navigator. It is making slightly higher lows while price is making significantly lower lows. But that is nothing I'm going to get overly excited about. That's not a super significant divergence. But, it's at least worth noting that it's there. But right now, no question, the bears are still in charge in crude. But given that we are in this buy zone, I would be waiting to see how this wants to play out. Do we bounce from here, or do we break through this zone and head lower? But I feel like it's a little late to the party here to be just blindly initiating a short and crude at these levels. Gotta wait and see kind of which direction it's really going to want to go, because it has already sold off so much coming all the way down from up here, up at gosh, what is that, like almost 80, 77-ish, 77, 78. So it is massively down from there. So we'll watch carefully to see what wants to happen at this buy zone, and trade accordingly from there. Taking a look at gold, gold has indeed spiked higher. It's gotten out of this channel. Not terribly shocking to hear, given what happened on the markets on Monday. But right now, you can see here on the shorter term, we are at this sell zone. We have popped up above it, but sold back down right above it. So this is kind of playing with this level. We'll have to wait and see what happens. If we do get a significant or a meaningful bounce on the broader market in the S&P from here, I wouldn't be terribly surprised to see gold come off a little bit. But at the same time, I think people are understandably pretty shaken by what's going on in the markets, and I wouldn't be as surprised to see a sort of classical flight to quality, whatever you want to call it, but a move into gold, which could certainly propel it higher. And there's no question it's got room to go. I mean, it's been selling off for a fair while now, since back at about the 1400 level, and coming back up to not even 1300 yet. It's got a good ways to go. It's got the next major zone of resistance, I would say, overhead is like around that 1320-ish mark. There's just some minor stuff on the way down here, but right now anyway, it is definitely looking to climb higher, and Navigator is getting stronger, is supporting that move. So I'm thinking that gold has some upside left in it. 21 EMA for the time being appears to be acting as dynamic support along the way. Kind of every time it gets to 21 EMA, people are buying. So I would be looking to the upside, depending on, again, how how the open shakes out, that first 15 to 60 minutes or so in that neighborhood. Let's take a look at natural gas, which has in fact filled this gap from back here. It did finally fill that gap, and then it has held in it. So right now, the gap kind of acting as support. It's kind of just freezing natural gas in its tracks here. That being said, though, Navigator has crossed the zero line to the downside last week, and in the shorter term, it is bearish, but a lot of magenta going on the 60. We also have a bullish divergence happening in that price has set lower lows, but the Navigator has set a considerably higher low. And it also even broke the zero line multiple times as it was stuck in this little channel here. So I'm feeling like we could see a bounce from here, maybe retest this former buy zone as a sell zone, something like that. But we really need to just see what is going to shake out. Now, really, this whole area back here, all of this is kind of a support zone, really. It's not really a textbook buy zone per se, but certainly this whole thing, it was just a congestion area, and it's likely to be that again. So we have some reasonable support right down here at these levels where it is right now. If it bounces from here, I would watch for maybe a test of the 21 EMA and see what happens there. If that acts as resistance, then that would be a good place to consider initiating a short of some sort. Or if you've still got profits from something way back when, that might be a good time to think about taking them if you haven't already. But right now, anyway, natural gas is technically in a downtrend. It's making lower lows and lower highs. But again, it's got this level here, and that is at the moment anyway appearing to act as support. So we need to see it get through that for continuation to the downside. Otherwise, watch for a bounce to the upside. Of course, if you're trading intraday, there's generally plenty of movement to be had. So just watch for your risk reward profiles and watch for confirmation of which direction it's going to want to go, and then trade accordingly from there. And last but not least, Bitcoin, the crypto market. Now, it did have a nice bounce recently. It's had a multi-day bounce from these lows back here, and Navigator was quite divergent there as well. So we've had follow through. We've broken over the 21 EMA and are holding. But that being said, you can see here if I zoom in that we did not get over this high here. And that was really what we needed to see. We needed to see a higher high get made, and so far we haven't seen that. Now that being said, though, if this becomes a lower low, for example, then there's no reason why it couldn't then break the higher high in the next few days. Maybe within the next week or so. But that is the level to watch. We really need to see that taken out to show any kind of a follow through to the upside. Otherwise, we're watching to see this get taken out for continued follow through to the downside. But I mean, look at the Navigator. Look where it is right now. It is very, very, very high compared to where it's been back down here. So Navigator has generated some serious strength at the moment and is wanting to try to test that zero line. So if Navigator can break that zero line to the upside and hold, then we could be looking at something on a daily to the upside. The bulls might actually have a shot at coming back in, because you can see here it's been a while since it has been above the zero line with any kind of significance. I mean, it got over just a peak here, but that didn't really amount to anything. And over here, slightly bigger, we had a bit of a rally, but ultimately it was just a rally in a continuation of the downtrend. So shorter term time frame, always opportunities, because the volatility in crypto is so tremendous. Right now, Navigator is moving up. It's heading towards that zero line. Just needs to get over it on a shorter term time frame. The major levels to watch for are going to be, somewhere around this low here to the downside. And really, in the very shorter term, it needs to get over here. It needs to establish. We've got a low, a high, a higher low here. We got to get a higher high, so we have to take out that level there. So if we're going to have a continuation of an uptrend, that's what we need to see. But then ultimately, of course, we got to get over that. So there is definitely work for Bitcoin to do. It's got to climb ahead of it. Price did fall below this rising trend line here. So at the moment, anyway, the uptrend is stalled and has kind of failed. So right now, there's no real clear direction. We're just kind of right stuck in the middle. It either needs to take out these highs, or really it needs to take out that high there or this low there and establish direction. But it's entirely possible that it just kind of bounces around sideways for a while and consolidates while it tries to figure out what exactly it wants to do. All right, that is our markets this morning. We'll see what happens in the next half hour as the opening bell rings and we see what shapes up for today. Right now, S&P, nothing new really going on. We are just kind of quietly hanging around at the levels where it is right now after we had this rally overnight. So, does the rally portend further upside, or is it just a way for the institutions and the big money to just sell at a slightly higher price? And now we're at the 21 EMA, and they're just going to drive it back down again. So, got to wait and see. Let's let that opening bell play out and then trade cautiously from there. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope this is helpful to you in your trading. As always, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what we can do for you, what we can do better, what we can do more of, what you'd like to see more of, etc. What you'd like to see different, anything like that. And I will see some of you in the Discord room. If you are in our Discord room, I definitely look forward to chatting with some of you there. And of course, I'll see you in the Facebook group as well. That's it for me for now. We are on a bit of an informal schedule with these videos right now through the rest of the year. We're formalizing our 2019 schedule and plans right now. So I don't know whether I will be doing these again tomorrow. Probably not tomorrow. I'll probably do one Friday. That is most likely what I will do. So for the moment, anyway, let's plan on Friday morning will be the next pre-market analysis video. All right, that's it for me. I'm going to get ready for the trading day ahead. As always, keep good stops and good money management, good position size, and trade well. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.